When Casio have decided to homage the most famous work of Gerald Genta, the CasiOak went on to become an icon. Have you ever wondered what a Genta-designed homage of Casio's most famous watch would look like? Chances are it would bear a strong resemblance to this, the UniDesign Model One. This is the review of a watch whose design is bettered only by its execution. There's only so many ways of doing an integrated bracelet design, so familiar shapes and proportions are to be expected. However, instead of trying to please everyone, the American microbrand have decided to plant this watch firmly into the angular side of the spectrum through what they call a beveled square. We're obviously talking about a muscular bezel that sits atop an equally muscular 37 by 35.5mm slab of steel. Integrated in the base of the watch, the dial sits flush, allowing the height of the bezel to form a vertical deep rehaut supporting the boxed sapphire crystal. Playing within its brutalist aesthetic, the vertical brushing is broken by unexpected mirror polish chamfers that contribute to the definition of the sharp lines that make this watch look like it was laser cut by a robot. Keeping the height of a watch under 10mm is a design feat on its own. Designing a 9.5mm watch and still having well-defined volumes and 100 meters of water resistance is something no other microbrand has managed so far, and very few mainstream mid-tier brands are capable of or care about. The downturn of the lugs is pretty aggressive, hugging the wrist while perfectly integrating the bracelet that ends in a butterfly clasp. The taper is elegant and the H-links do a great job at capturing the light and bouncing it off. Returning to the head of the watch, its dial keeps adding to the depth of this design by applying thick bars of mirror-polished steel on the waffled texture. To enhance the contrast provided by the markers and the aggressive arrow hands, the colors chosen for the dial are either pastel variations of blue or green or a neutral gray. The result is a dynamic dial where legibility is the main priority. Looking at the materials used, there's nothing extravagant here, just good old 316L stainless steel, sapphire crystal and BGW9 silver luminova. That being said, the amount of air coating that has been applied to the underside of the crystal is extremely generous, and the same can be said about the Lume compounds application. Both features contribute to ensuring a great level of legibility that will end up scoring big points in the wearability and versatility section of this review. A good design is nothing without proper execution, and I genuinely struggle to assess which of the two is better in this case. The brushing is not only very well done, but it's consistent throughout, and the polished accents are flawlessly sharp. Even under the macro lens, the dial shows no imperfection. As a matter of fact, Tony, UniDesign's owner, has invested a small fortune into demonstrating just how good is the finish of his watch. He bought a Cartier Santos and took a set of photos illustrating just how close the two watches compare. I don't have a Cartier laying around, but I don't need one to tell you that such a good finish demands perfect fit, and this watch is as tight as a drum with zero tolerance for misalignments or loose joints. This is honestly flawless. Model One is powered by the Miyota 9015 automatic caliber running at 28,800 vibrations per hour. With a power reserve of 42 hours, this caliber benefits from a date complication it hacks and handwinds, and loyal viewers of this channel already know I consider this to be the best option for watches under $1,000 due to its precision, reliability, and low cost of servicing. This is where certain design choices pay off and some are punished. This is a fantastic all-rounder with excellent legibility in all lighting conditions and angles, a great gala watch that can be worn 24/7, 360 days a year. That only if you have the wrist for it. The distance between the tips of the lugs might be a modest 46.5 mm, but the bracelet flares up as you can see, meaning this will better fit medium to large sized wrist. On my 19 cm wrist though, the watch wears perfectly, and that is despite the bracelet lacking any means to fine-tune its adjusting. As is the case of many watch collectors, I am not a fan of the butterfly clasps due to their lack of options when it comes to getting the perfect fit, and the large links of this integrated bracelet would have definitely benefited from a micro adjustment system or at least a couple of half links. As its name suggests, Model One is UniDesign's first watch, so not much heritage to talk about, but looking back at the way Tony has run the Kickstarter campaign, it paints a picture of professionalism, affability, and enthusiasm. These are traits that are inherent to those microbrands that have made a name for themselves, and I am confident in UniDesign's ability to build upon this release. The brand's website is adequate and responsive, and the information is comprehensive. As for the physical packaging of the Model One, the One Watch leather roll is of good quality and it does its job of protecting the watch. Model One is available to order via UniDesign's website for $675 with a 1-year warranty. Signing up for the electronic newsletter comes with a $50 discount. The watch ships from the United States, so taxes will apply in case of European and Australian customers. The free shipping is done via UPS, but other couriers can be chosen for an extra fee. Just contact Tony and he will assist you with any inquiries. Before offering my verdict on whether this watch is one to ignore, consider, shortlist, or straight up buy, let's take a moment to recap its strengths and weaknesses. Modern, original design. Outstanding fit and finish. Immediate availability. A beautiful but limited integrated bracelet. Where applicable, taxis will get the price of the watch up to in excess of $800. This is a beautiful, well-made watch that one needs to try on. Having it on the wrist will give you both the opportunity to marvel at its quality and the chance to see if it will fit your wrist. That's why I believe you should shortlist it. On one hand, you might get a chance to try it on at a watch fair, as Tony likes to use these opportunities to showcase his work. On the other hand, he might use this feedback to tweak the bracelet's design with the possibility of implementing half links or using an aftermarket clasp as an option. I mean, sure, it would impact this beautiful flow, but it would make the watch more accessible. Speaking of options, if you're on the market for a gala watch, you might want to watch this review or this one. Like, comment, subscribe, and get the watch you want.